Welcome to the first new episode of Cooking with Kindness, where we show you how to cook amazing food for kindness in the community. I'm your host, Gerald Schiavoni from Merrimack Valley Eats. We're here outside of Shawsheen, Luncheonette in Andover, Massachusetts. We're going to meet with head chef and owner Peter Ahn, who's going to show us how to make a delicious breakfast that we can make in large quantities to give back to the community.
Thanks, Jerry. My name is Peter Ahn. I'm the current owner of Shawsheen Luncheonette here in Andover. Today I'm going to be making a staple breakfast sandwich here at the Luncheonette called the Bateson. It consists of a sub roll with egg and cheese, your choice of meat. Today we're going to be using bacon and topped off with some homemade home fries. All right, first off, I've got some sub roll split up, put some butter, it's on the grill right now. I have some home fries as well as the bacon cooking on the flat top. And I'm going to be starting off with putting down an egg. Normally the egg is hard, which means the yolk is broken and flipped over and cooked all the way through. But you have a choice of either doing it sunny side, over easy, scrambled. It's your choice. It's very versatile where you can have it any way you want. The egg flipped over, putting the American cheese on top, but then also cheese, you can have any cheese you type. You can use cheddar, Swiss, feta, goat cheese, or no cheese. So it's definitely your choice. I've got the sub roll all nice and toasted up. Then I'm cutting the egg and cheese in half so that way it can fit lengthwise to the sub roll. And I got the bacon. And then top it off with our home fries. Cut it in half. And this is what we call our Bateson at the Shawsheen Luncheonette. This is something that can be made up fairly quickly and easily. And as you can see, I cut it up in half so that way it can be shared. Again, it can be done ahead of time where you can prep it and keep it to the side, wrap it up, and it can be enjoyed here on the road. You can either pair it with an orange to make 2 meals out of it, or you can actually use a larger roll, sub roll, and make it for a group of people. The Bateson is perfect for sharing for the community and those who are in need.
So now we're going to jet back to the studio where we're going to meet with Michael Sherman of Elm Square Oyster Company to learn how to make a delicious stew. Let's head over. So we're here in our North Andover kitchen studio, and I'm joined by head chef Mike Sherman of Elm Square Oyster in Andover. We're here talking about kindness, a community, and what it means to him. We're so excited to have you back here for our first relaunch episode of Cooking with Kindness. So without further ado, let's turn it over to Mike. What are we making today?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me today. We're going to be making a seafood stew, cross between a cioppino and a bouillabaisse. So let's get started. Our ingredients today are tomatoes. We have some leeks, shallots, celery, fennel, some garlic, and some thyme and bay leaf. And then we have a special ingredient that's the bouillabaisse ingredient, which would be saffron.
Cool. And we have some fish that's not pictured here too. What exactly are we adding into it?
All right, fantastic. The fish, you can choose whatever you like. What I like would be shrimp, some sort of white fish. We're using halibut today, scallops, clams, mussels, and that's it.
Cool.
All right, let's get started. First off, we add a little bit of canola oil. You can use olive oil. We add our celery. All this can go in at once. We can let it all sort of sweat down. leeks, shallots, we have the fennel, and some garlic. Yeah, so the garlic we kind of crushed up. This is all gonna get blended up anyways. Let it sweat down a little bit. We will add some salt because we season everything with layers. This is a flaky sea salt. You can use kosher salt. I try to avoid iodized salt just because it is a little bit too salty.
Okay.
Some pepper. Fantastic.
Awesome. So now that it's in the pan and simmering, what's next?
All right, so we add a couple more ingredients. We're going to add our white wine. Let this cook a little bit. We're gonna add a bouquet garni, which would be a bay leaf and a little bit of thyme, another French word for you. A little bit of butter.
You say a little bit.
Yeah, everybody likes butter. It's probably about a stick of butter. And then we have our saffron. These are the threads from a crocus flower. This adds this unique bouillabaisse style flavor. That right there. Let this cook down a little bit more, and then we will add our clam juice and our tomatoes.
So while you stir that up, we're going to talk a little bit about kindness. I know this is called Cooking with Kindness, but we want to get a sense of what kindness means to you. When you think about it, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
You know, as being the chef of a restaurant in Andover with such a great community, throughout the years meeting people, being a part of their lives, helping out as much as you can, that's definitely one of the big things for me. And you know, one way to do that would be through food.
And actually, considering talking about community, then going to sort of our next portion, we talked earlier about Roseanne helped us actually craft sandwiches for sort of less fortunate. We had a huge need. She came through with a bunch of ingredients, helped us for I think a whole day, and she brought some friends, and it was all representative of Elm Square.
Right,
that was
right.
really cool.
Yeah, we've done a couple different things like that where we've donated sandwiches, we've donated entrees to local hospitals. So anything that we can do to be a part of the community, we like to do.
Yeah, it's a cool being a part of the Merrimack Valley. And these communities towns are a little bit on the smaller side, so it is cool like getting to know people, and like you said, sort of having regulars come in and out and getting to know the clientele like that. So
Yeah,
that's great.
absolutely. So once it comes up to a bit of a boil, we can cover it, let it simmer. After it's been simmering for about 45 minutes, we will remove the lid, we'll shut the heat off, and then we can switch it right to our blender. We'll blend it up, and then we can put it back in the pot, and it'll be ready for our seafood. Just so everybody knows, you need it to be very cautious because blending hot stuff could overflow a little bit in the blender. One thing we will do, pick out the herbs, and you tie them so it's easy to pick them out and we're not blending them.
Just a second word of caution. This is very hot. You can see the steam coming off of it, so do use caution when you're doing this.
All right. Always start the blender off at the lowest setting, and then gradually blend it from here. Now that it is nicely hot in the pot, we will start to add the seafood. We'll add the little neck clams first because they take the longest to cook. We're going to add the scallops after that, the halibut, the shrimp.
That shrimp is huge.
Yeah, it is. These are big boy shrimp. Let this cook a little bit, stir it up, and then once it comes to back up to a bit of a boil, we'll add the mussels. The mussels don't take any time at all. So we'll cover it back up and wait about 10 minutes or so. All right, so as we're nearing the end of the cooking process, it is time to add the mussels. One thing about mussels, when you clean them and you get them in the store and you want to clean them up, you make sure that they are closed and you clean off any sort of beard, as they call it, off the mussel. So these are fresh Maine mussels. We'll dump them right into the stew. Give it a quick stir. You can tell right now that the shrimp are nicely poached. They've gotten a nice orange color from the saffron. The clams at the bottom are starting to open up. So everything's starting to open up and cook. And in about 5 minutes, the mussels will be ready and you will have yourself a beautiful fish stew. This is done. Mussels are cooked. We can remove the lid and start plating. What I like to garnish mine with is a little bit of the shaved fennel that we had from the original mirepoix, a little bit of chervil. What I like to serve with this is a nice sourdough bread. Just like that, you have a beautiful meal.
I want to take a moment to thank everyone who made this show possible. Thank you to Peter and crew at Shawsheen Luncheonette for having us on site. Thank you to Mike from Mountain Square Oyster Company for showing us how to make seafood stew and giving it out to those in need. Thank you for the North Andover CAM, the town of North Andover, and all of you who volunteer across our region to get food to people in need. Thank you to all. It's because of you that we've been able to give back to our community of the Merrimack Valley, and it's all your efforts that make that possible. Crystal, I'll pass it off to you, and to everyone, we'll see you next time. See ya.
Hi, my name is Crystal Colson. I'm the director of Feed the Need. These videos can help you figure out something that you want to help make for somebody in need. We're always looking for more volunteers. If you like to cook, if you like to bake, we make meals for people who have surgeries or have a sickness or just really need some extra love. If you want to volunteer, definitely come visit our Facebook page. We're always looking for someone to bake or cook for people in need or just people who really deserve kindness.